What's up, everyone? This is Virtual Car Meets. Hold on, okay. What's up, everyone? This is Virtual Car Meets. I'm back with a video. Today I'm going to show you how to correct haziness on any of your body panels, particularly a carbon fiber body panel. So if you look down here, there's this carbon fiber spoiler for my 370Z. So it was actually sitting down just in the yard, and since I got rid of the Z, I was like, fuck it, I'll just sell it. So I went out and I saw that it was completely fucked up. Luckily, there's a way to fix it without having to, well, the clear coat is still there. So I can correct it and get it back shining again. When I'm out, I see a lot of cars that have carbon fiber hoods that look just like this, and all it takes is a little bit of knowledge, like a little bit. Like, I can fucking do it. I'm not a professional detailer by any means, and it looks good, shiny. That's the main point, right? You want it to shine and last. So just before we get started, just so you know, down here, this was a defective piece, so this is actually exposed carbon. So that's not, I just got it like that, so just so you know. We're gonna go ahead and look at the before, and then we'll do the after. So if you come around this way, if you look at this top part, it's being blasted by the sun, and this bottom panel here this bottom part of the spoiler has been actually a little bit protected, so you can see it shines way better. So we're gonna try to match it or get it, as good as this bottom part. I'm not gonna touch this. I'm just gonna work on this. Since I'm selling it used, it'll be good enough once it's shiny. So the things that you'll need. So there's a couple things you need. If you're gonna do it by machine, which is recommended, in my opinion, you're gonna need an orbital. So this is a Griot's Garage 6-inch orbital. Really saves a lot of time. I recommend it. You could do it by hand, but I say you just make the investment and buy this, because once you learn how to do this, you can do it anytime you want, instead of as opposed to like calling a detailer. You're gonna need some sort of compounds or polishes. So I got Chemical Guys because I like them, and they have it pretty simple. They have it laid out pretty simple. So the 34 is a hybrid compound. This is for heavy scratches, which this does not have. So we're not going to use this, but I just wanted to show you that compounds are for heavier scratches. So you got to think of this compound and polishes as sandpaper. So you're literally cutting into the clear coat to get rid of those deeper scratches, and then you're finishing it off with the finer sandpaper, or aka polish, that will smoothen everything out. And then you have the final grade polish, which will give it that shine at the end. Since this has been well taken care of before I left it out in the sun, I know that there's no heavy scratches or light scratches at that. So we're gonna use this polisher, and this doesn't cut into the clear coat. This just clears up the haziness that you see here. So if you have a wing that looks like this, get this. The V38 optical grade final polish from Chemical Guys. Okay, and then I have a soft applicator pad. There's different types, obviously. Like with heavy scratches, you want to use a firmer pad, but you want to do some research before you start doing that type of stuff. Anyways, I'm going to use a soft pad with the V38 for something like this, just so you can look at it again. So for something like this, see, not scratched up. A way you can tell if a scratch is heavy or not, deep, is you want to run your fingernail across it. Like if a scratch was going this way, you want to run your fingernail across it. If you feel that your fingernail dips into that scratch, that's how you know it's a deep one, and you want to use something like the compound with the firm pad to try to work at that. But for this one, we're gonna use this. So let's get to it. So first thing, and if a body panel that you're gonna work on has a wax sealant or whatever hybrid sealant, you want to get something like this, strip wash, so tandem polishes. This will get any types of sealants off of the paint or body panel or clear coat, so you can start cutting directly into the clear coat or working the clear coat. So if I know that this doesn't have any wax or anything because I haven't messed with this, and I'm sure the sun has worn it all off, but if you're working on your car and you notice that your soap, for example, has wax and wash, you want to use this before you start polishing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get your orbital. So this one has a variable speed. So you want to start it. Make sure it's at the lowest. I have it on one. It's been through a lot of shit, so it's a little fucked up, but it still works good. So make sure it's at its lowest speed. You're gonna want to place the applicator as even as you can. Once again, give it just one more quick look. Make sure it's good. And also, if it's wet or something, you just can turn it on while the applicator is on. It'll spray off any water that's on there. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1/2 first, so you kind of see the difference. So remember, V38, boys. And another disclaimer: I'm not a fucking professional detailer, all right? So if I'm doing something wrong and you're a fucking nerd, dorky ass detailer, shut the fuck up, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna do about, so something like that. Since it's not a lot, I would say those are fucking, here's a 10mm wrench for reference, just so you know how much I put on. Okay, and then so what I like to do is I like to get my detailer spray, Mother's, whatever, it could be McGuire's, and I just give this a light coat. I'm kind of running out, and then I kind of just like spray it a little bit on the paint. So remember to have this on low speed, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly tap the areas that I'm gonna be covering, and then once I do that, I'm gonna have it on low speed and spread the polish out evenly. Once it's even, then I'm gonna go to my highest speed on light pressure and do the streaks that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so it's gonna get loud. Okay, so when you put this away, you want to make sure you put it in a place where the pad won't fall over. And then get your clean microfiber towel. Go ahead and wipe off the areas that you've worked on. Make sure you get it all. You don't want this stuff to dry. And make sure that you're not in direct sunlight when you do this. Okay. So now let's look at the difference. So let's start over here. This is an area that we have not worked on, and we're gonna glide across to see the difference. Okay. And so you see, it doesn't take a fucking genius to do this stuff, right? Back and make sure that the last thing that touches when correcting, you wanna make sure that the last thing that touches your paint or body panel is a final grade, some sort of final stage product. You don't wanna use like a compound and then fucking call it a day, because it'll look hazy still. So you want to make sure it'll look like little hairline scratches. Remember, this is pretty much liquid sandpaper, so you got to use something that's meant to be put on last. I'm gonna just tap where I'm gonna work, and then work it in. Remember, motherfucker. High speed. Okay, it should be done now, so wipe it all off. And we'll show you the after. And you know, if the haze doesn't come completely off, feel free to do another pass. Feel free to do another pass with the final polish. Though that doesn't cut in, those polishes don't cut into the clear coat, so you can do it multiple times without having to worry. Okay, so let's see here. Come in, we'll start this side and then move our way this way. It looks good to me. There you go. And then come over here. So, and once you are satisfied with the result, you go ahead and just put a wax coat, sealant coat, ceramic coat, whatever you're gonna do, and you're good to go. All right. It's for sale. It's very light. So, oops. Alright guys, I don't really handle parts like that. I'm just fucking around. Alright, thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Later.